Hey guys, today we've got an LG dryer that wouldn't start. To take the top panel off, there's 6 screws along the back and there's a whole rail that comes off, and then you push back on the top panel and the whole thing will slide back. I'm gonna pull the drawer out. There's a little tab underneath there. It's sometimes hard to get over there. You see I've got a little putty knife prying it, but it will come out, and then it'll expose the 2 screws in the front. There's 1 screw on the top right-hand side of the panel. There's not one on the left-hand side. Then you kind of got clips along the top edge. You just have to gently pop loose, and then the whole panel comes up. Take your time. It's not as easy as I might make it look here with one hand. Then that panel will rest on the top. Just make sure it's steady and won't fall back down on you. And you've got 4 screws along the top edge and 2 screws inside the door. I want to take those off, and once those are out, there's this little piece that holds the door in, and you just push down on the panel of the front panel and it'll come off that clip, and then the whole door will lean forward, but you still want to make sure to unplug the door switch wire connection there. And then that whole door will pull forward and lift up. There's little clips at the bottom that it slides into a little channel. Once they come out of that, then you've got the whole door. Take it off, set it aside. And now we get to look at taking that panel behind the control panel off. There's 5 screws, 2 on the front, 3 on the top. And then it is a little difficult to get this off and back on. That side comes off easy. The side by the dispenser does not. Just take your time. You can see it's got a little clip that goes into the frame of the washing machine, but the left side's hard to take off. Just take your time, it will come. And then you can set both of those up there. Make sure they're sturdy, because now we're going to take the rest of the frame off. This front panel, there's another wire harness, 4 screws, that second wire harness. It's loose down at the bottom. Then you'll lift up on it and those little tabs come out of the frame of the washer, and that whole thing will come off and you can set it aside. And then we've got to take the drum out. The belt was already off of this one, but if your belt was still in place, you will have to get the idler pulley tension off and take the belt off the motor. You can see the belt was broken on this one and it's packed full of lint. This one was really bad. That is an indication that either lint's leaking out from the drum or the vent to the outside is stopped up. Verified the vent to the outside on this one was very stopped up. I recommend having a professional vent company come out and clean the dryer vent professionally. As you can see, even around this blower housing, when I take this cover off, it is packed full of lint around that blower. You've really got to clean that out, or the blower will make a loud noise, like a really loud grumbling noise. It just gets off balance and vibrates if you don't get all that lint off of there. And I even clean each one of those little blades with a little flathead screwdriver. Now we get to exactly what caused the problem. These rollers, the rear rollers, would not even turn, and you can see they've got flat spots in them. So the drum's been turning on them, and the belt just couldn't take it anymore, and the belt broke. We'll want to take the heating element assembly out of the way so that we can gain access to the screw behind the roller. That was the part for the idler pulley, that's the part for the belt, and that's the part for the rollers itself. I'll leave the parts numbers in the description with links that you can buy them. That's a 9/16 socket that will go on there. And you can see I can get my socket on there without taking that back panel off. Once you get it loose, I use a pair of channel locks or a crescent wrench on the front side, and it is very tight. Be careful busting your knuckles because it will hurt. Just take your time. It is very tight. Give it pressure and it will come off. Make sure you put the washers back on the new one. They'll go back in the same holes. They'll come with new bolts, but they're the exact same size, and you can just kind of get them to start threaded with your finger, and then you can get the socket back in there and tighten those up. I use a smaller crescent wrench to tighten those up. I've never seen a belt packaged like this before, but that is the belt that comes out. I needed a new one for this one. If your belt isn't broken, you don't necessarily need one, but it's always good when you take them apart. If it's been years, go ahead and get you a new belt. And here's how you would not only put the new belt on, but you can also reference this on how to take the belt off of yours as well. You would do it in reverse from what I just did there. Make sure it spins, make sure the belt doesn't come off of it before you put everything back together. Again, getting this panel back on is not easy. There are those little clips that slide in the side, and you really have to get it just right around that dispenser. And don't forget to get it underneath that little piece so that the screw can go back in. Put all 5 screws back in. Don't forget your wire harness for your light there and your door lock. Don't forget, or your door switch. Don't forget the new door goes back on. That whole front panel just goes in the clips. Plug your wire harness back up. Push the door panel in and lock it underneath that piece. Put all the screws in, and y'all are done.